Hello everyone and welcome to this very Christmassy Harry Potter art tutorial. It's a live chat, so please chat away and make lots of requests. I'm doing an Andy challenge at the end of the 45 minutes, so I can't wait to hear what you want me to draw for you. Now let's start with a very simple drawing, and this is going to get you all warmed up. So I just want to show you a little trick. There's going to be lots of Andy tips and tricks. This is a W. Now that sounds pretty easy, and it is, because I want you now to do a W on its side like this and then carry on, and it can be as wobbly as you like, and then go to the other side and do lots of W's up to the top. So what I'm trying to show you is that I'm going to use letters to describe each bit of drawing that you're going to do. So have your pen and paper ready. You don't have to have any fancy watercolors, oil colors, anything like that. I'll do all the hard work for you. You just got to listen to what I say and follow my instructions. And by the end of the tutorial, 45 minutes, you will be drawing like a pro. So let's get down to the first Harry Potter character. And I want you to take the letter O. And here we go. Here's an O. And another O. And then I want you to do a little dot in the middle. And now I want you to do like a sort of a C, stretch C, and do it on the other side. Okay, now that's the first challenge. And take your pen and follow the C round a little bit like that. I wonder if anyone can write in and tell me what they think they're drawing. I'm going to do a line underneath and a line underneath. Let's put a stretch C underneath. Okay, so you've drawn your first eye, and or two pair of eyes, and now I want you to take this line from the right hand side of the eye here. Can you see what I'm doing? And do a sort of long line like that. I think you're all starting to know who I'm drawing. He's a very faithful person, and he loves someone very dearly who sets him free. I'm giving you a few clues while we're doing this. Okay, so we've done two eyes, a nose. Now let's do a mouth. So again, we're going to do a letter. It's a stretched U this time. And then we're going to do another U. I'm going to connect them. Let's do lots of little U's like this. And the same. There we go. And another stretched U underneath. We're going to do a C coming backwards, a backward C that way, and a C that way. I hope it's not too tricky. Now we're going to do a little U here, stretched U. I want to do a big stretched U like that, and some hairs on top, because he's very scruffy. Don't forget to write in if you know who this is. Now we're going to do a V that comes all the way out to here, and then bring him back in again. And another V on the other side, and bring it in again. Almost like a shark fin. Now we're going to do this sort of shape. I'm going to do it on the other side. So now your confidence should be building, because you're starting to see this character grow on the page, because you're following just these simple little instructions that I give you. We're going to do a little C here and a C here. Right, so now we're going to do the bottom of the face, and it's pretty simple. We go from the bottom of the C and drag it down. And this other C, drag it down. So he's very, very, very thin and worn and tired, poor character. Let's give him some wrinkles around his eyes. Let's do these stretch C's around his eyes. And then maybe the same sort of line. And I'll show you a little trick. If you want him to look angry, just do it like that. It's amazing, isn't it? Just a few lines can change it. Okay, now let's put his body on. And it's pretty simple, the body. He's in rags. You've all guessed who it is now. And we can just do lots of lines like this. Nothing too fancy. Almost like a potato sack with potatoes in it. And then we're going to do those lovely skinny little legs. Okay, so straight down. Another straight line here. A few wobbles and kinks for knees. And then he's got enormous feet. So we're going to do a line going out like that and a line going out like that. And remember, it can be uneven. It doesn't have to be perfect. And around here, I want you to do an O again. And as we go towards that line, we want those O's to get smaller. And we're going to do the same thing over here. Big O. And then as we go towards the line, it gets smaller. And there you have the feet. So the only thing missing now are the arms. And again, this is pretty easy. We know that Dobby is very happy because he's been set free. And we're just going to put some fingers on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is your very first drawing for some of you. And look what you can do in just under 5 minutes. So let's congratulate ourselves. It's the first Christmas present to yourself. And we're going to do another magical friend of the wonderful Harry Potter. So here we go. I think I'm going to draw the beautiful, I don't know even how to pronounce it. It's the Hippogriff. Absolutely beautiful. One of my favorite scenes in Harry Potter was the Hippogriff. When Harry Potter's flying along the loch and the Hippogriff's feet are touching the water and Harry Potter is flying and he's cheering and he's happy. He's usually not very happy in most scenes. Okay, so now we're going to do this sort of, you remember we did that W and we had it all jaggedy. So that's going to be the top of the head of the Hippogriff. And because it's a sort of an eagle, so I'll talk you through this. One long U like that stretched, and then we're going to have another one, but now that's the beak, so we're now arching that and then doing another U like that, and we'll do a straight line there. So we've already done the beak and you're totally awesome. Let's do the eyes. So remember that we've got the O and then a dot in the middle. Now the Hippogriff is quite a scary, intimidating creature. So remember how I did the eyebrows coming down for Dobby? So we're now going to do the same thing here. Okay, so now we've changed the whole look of this gorgeous magical beast. Okay, so now we're going to do another line under the chin. And remember, this is a furry creature, half horse, half eagle. And we're going to do some more jaggedy lines there. So you can always type in and tell me if I'm going too fast. Now this is a nice little trick. We're going to add some feathers. So these are W's, but they're a bit longer, a bit more W's. So now we're giving the bird, or the hippogriff, some texture. Okay, now we're going to have, I'm just going to cheat a little bit and put a little smile there on the hippogriff. let's do the front of this magical beast, and we're going to do the knee, and he has these incredible bird-like claws. So let's do 3 U's, and then we're going to do these little lines like that, and those are the claws. I'm keeping this quite simple so you're not getting too intimidated. Okay, now we're going to draw the next leg, and this is the one, you remember I talked about the wonderful scene where his foot or hoof or claw is touching the water. So we're going to put that in there. Okay, so just so we don't forget, that's the spray. Okay, so now we're going back up again. And I want to put in these stunning wings. So just follow me very carefully. They come up like this and along like that. It's a beautiful smooth line, and then we've got lots of U's, long stretched out U's. Okay, it can be uneven, doesn't have to be perfect. And let's do it again. So here you have the feathers, and they're getting a little bit smaller as we get closer to the top of the wing. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to put the horse body on here, not too long, and we're going to do the legs. Now, have you noticed how I'm not giving you too many instructions now? Because you're now sort of drawing, looking up, and making the decisions for yourself whether it's looking right or wrong. Okay. You're improving so fast. Okay, so we've got the legs, and now we've got the tail that comes in here. Okay, so we've got everything in this picture except one thing that's missing, and yes, it is Harry Potter. So let's put him in. I'm putting him in just at this almost the same level as the Hippogriff's top of his head. And now we've got the amazing signature glasses and the scar. I've got his eyes closed, his nose, it's a little U. Let's have him smiling. His hair is a bit scruffy. Because he's in the wind. Let's do another U. And there you go. We've done his head. I think we should have a scarf. I'm not sure if the scarf is in the picture, in the scene. Okay. And let's have his hands out, because that shows that he's having this amazing ride on this amazing character. So I'm doing very simple hands. And there we go. So the next thing I'm going to draw for you is a Dementor. And you're going to be so fluid now in your drawings that you'll just sort of get into that flow, that slow movement of the Dementors that will be in your drawings. Okay. And I like a picture to tell a story, so can you see how his feet are behind the wings? And now he really is sitting on this great names, aren't they? There we go. So I'm just colouring that in. Shall we put a landscape behind that? So I'll just put the loch in the background, and it's a simple line, but like I said, it's a story, so you have it going behind. There we go. And then shall we put the school in there? I'm just drawing a whole load of turrets. Okay, nothing too fancy because it's in the distance. And then let's do those wiggly lines, those awesome hillsides. There we go. So to finish off a story in the sense that we know that the two of them are flying, we want to show some speed, and obviously they're on water, so we want to show reflection. So let's just, I mean, it's very simple, just a little scribble underneath. And can I just say that you now have learned a little bit about perspective, how to do a landscape, reflection, light. Pretty cool. There we go. And I might put a little bit of lines here and there to show that we're on water. And how about some reflections of the mountains? There we go. It's not too difficult. Going on behind him. And of course, reflections work like this. So we do the pretty much the exact copy but upside down. So here we go. So that was your second drawing. So now we're going to do something very, very simple. And I want you to kind of get into the flow. We call it the zone. Now you're confident, you suddenly realize that drawing's not so terrifying. And but speaking of terrifying, how about if we draw a Dementor? Look, I even had problems saying it myself. Okay, so let's draw a Dementor, and I'm going to say that Dementors are pretty simple because they have their hoods and they're what we call a silhouette. So I'm just going to show you the claws of the hands like this, and then we'll just color it in. So all we have to do are these long lines. Can you see it's already starting to look like a Dementor? And then there's a flow, isn't there, of the torn clothes and the really quite horrible things on their way to take your soul. So that's really it. And that's all you have to do. I'm now going to color it in black with a bigger pen. And that is pretty much you starting to think and draw like a pro. So of course, I call it something the science of habit, and that is basically if you practice and practice and draw the things that you love. So you might be into tanks, or you like fashion. If you do it every day, just a little bit, not for hours, just a little bit, you will get good at it. And so I want you to think about that. If you did well today, imagine what you'd be like if you did this every day for 5 minutes for a week. Then you pushed it to 2 weeks. Get online, look at things that you love, you will have the most amazing, what we call a sketchbook or a portfolio, and you just get better and better every day. I'm going to do some more Dementors. And then we'll put the school. How about the train? Should I do the train? Hogwarts train. Now I'm having a look. And I've got some requests. There's one. Let's do another one. Going the other way. And now these are just sort of very simple colors, silhouettes, black silhouettes. But we definitely know what's going on here. I'll do one more here. Okay. And that's pretty much coming up to the end of this live tutorial. I'm just going to put the train in. Oh, actually Sarah wants Voldemort. Oh, okay. I thought I was going to get away with not having to say his name. Right, let's do the train going past, and we'll do Voldemort. We can do lots of smoke for effect, and then let's do the train. Okay. Oh, I can hear somebody writing in. Brilliant. And these are just little subtle markings, but we all know the scene. And we all can relate to how terrifying it must have been on that train. All those school children. Okay. So now we've got, I'll put some of those turrets in again, and then we'll do Voldemort. That's it. Okay, so we're nearly done. Getting carried away with the detail. So, scary picture, and we'll do Voldemort in color. I think that's the next one we'll do. Okay, Voldemort. Let's have a think. Okay, so we know everyone can join in now if you're feeling brave. We know that he's got a bald head, so we'll do a U upside down. He doesn't have a nose really, does he? Whereas it goes more, I'm just trying to think now. His eyes are black, aren't they? So let's colour those in. Now we're doing something called more sort of sketchy work, which is kind of fun. There, that's the right way for his nose. And then he's got these deep lines. And then we don't like his mouth at all, do we? Slightly pointy ears. Oh, he's quite frightening. Okay, and now we'll do his chin. Quite a long face. And you can do your own versions of, you know, these horrible, scary personalities. It's all up to you. You don't have to do it exactly like the book. Okay, and now I'm going to put that amazing sort of cape and his hands. I'm showing you now how to do fabrics. Long sleeves. And of course, those horrible hands with the long nails. So we're just going to do that. So let's do some smoke. Don't forget the wand. Right. So I'm going to have fun here. I'm going to add some color, and I'm actually going to make the background quite dark. Let's go dark gray, and we're going to color the let me do that again, that went wrong. I'm going to color in Voldemort with a very pale gray color. Here we go. And now you're going to learn a little bit about shading. So we're just going to leave areas with the light on him, where the light touches, especially on, a little bit on the nose, a little bit on the cheekbone. And a bit resting on the top of his lip. There we go. A little bit here. And then he has this sort of greeny grey. Let me see if I can find that's probably not the colour. I'm just going to find a more greeny grey colour. There we go. And we're going to cover that all in that green. And in a minute I'm going to do sort of a smoky lightning effect. And you see how rough my drawing is. So when you're working with colored crayons and stuff, a lot of putting pressure down makes a difference. So if I want it darker, like here, and then lighter here. So I've got quite a lot of the fabric, and I'm leaving some of this quite pale here because I'm going to have him standing, coming out of cloud. So you can take a darker crayon now, and now you're getting all these wonderful effects. See how much you're becoming like a pro now. There we go. I might put the snake in there in a minute. Of course, got to make those hands a bit grim. Okay, so the next thing is the background, and we're going to do lots of sort of cloud effect behind him. Here we go. We've got another request. Oh, thanks, Bob. And by the way, you don't have to have particularly a fancy iPad Pro like I have. This is just a tool to help me teach you. But when you do want to become a professional artist, this is the most amazing tool, I must say. So let's get some more cloud in there. Okay. And I'm going to get some darker greys and greeny blues in there. Okay. And we'll put some lightning in there. So a bit of color. Bit of drama. And we're pretty much coming to the end. I'm just going to put some lightning in here with my awesome luminous button, so we really get the feel of the drama. Some coming out of his hands, haven't that? And definitely coming around his wand. There we go. I don't think you can ever have too much lightning. Right, I think that was enough scary artwork that you were doing for this 45 minutes. or so, and thanks for challenging me. I loved drawing Voldemort. What a wonderful character, scary and yet just a stunning character in these amazing Harry Potter books. So enjoy reading, enjoy the movies, get drawing, get online, learn from the best, which are all the Harry Potter books and movies, and don't forget to subscribe and click the notifications so that you know when I'm doing my next tutorial live, which could be Star Wars characters, Lord of the Rings, Witcher, which is one of my favorites. We'll be doing these on a regular basis, so don't forget to log on to our Quick to Draw YouTube channel. I can't wait to see you again, and thanks for watching and taking part. All the best. Bye.